So we published the first video, and then we're here again with a second video of mistakes retouchers do. And usual, the first thing is always create that background layer, and we are on a class called skin treatment. So this is going to be our mistake one, and I want us to talk about what are some of the mistakes that retouchers do in the process of skin treatment. So as you can see, there's a background layer that has been made, and then we see somebody using that is a chrome stamp with opacity over 100% and the flow over 100%, and the skin is getting, should I say, replaced, because usually the chrome stamp tool helps one to replace a skin, a texture, a surface, yeah. So we have a couple of tools that can be used to do skin treatment. We have the chrome stamp, we have the healing brush, we have the spot healing brush, and we have the lasso. Is it lasso? Something like, oh, the patch tool. It's called the patch tool. And then this is the before and the after, where we see somebody is done with cleaning the skin. So what do we have next? We have the skin retouchment, and we see we have the beauty, we have the so there are a lot of methods that one can use in terms of retouching the skin. From frequency separation, we have the beauty, that is from Prince Mason. So our class 2 is going to be the skin retouching. What are some of the mistakes that retouchers do in line to skin retouching? So here I'm basically talking about the tools, because this tutorial is more of action. So we see the opacity being put at 30% and the flow being put at 30%, and then what we see is called brushing. This is brushing. So the brush can definitely work very well, and I was talking, we have options where we have the mixer brush option, we have the normal brush option, and some people use frequency separation, but here we see we have the rogue, we have the beauty, we have the portrait, we have the full retouch, we have the advanced frequency separation. So this person definitely went for the rogue by Brains Africa, and of course we did a tutorial where we talked about this action. We gave it away some time back. And then we see he's using a normal brush, not a mixer brush to paint, and then the thing is just about resizing in and then resizing out. So a lot of retouchers fail to understand what method they can be good at in terms of doing that skin retouching thing. So this is the before and the after of how far this is getting done. So if you see in the zoom in, we have the before and the after. Yes, so you have to learn to identify the skill or the method that works best for you. So we see the options of dodge and burn. We see the auto, we have the global, and then we see the micro dodge and burn. So mistake number 3, you're talking about dodge and burn. So here we're going to be playing with two, that is the auto, and then we have the dodge and burn. And when we see what the auto does, definitely the auto combines the dodge and burn, but including gradients or blending option. So this is the before and after. Yes, still maintain your opacity at 30% with the flow of 30%, and then we will switch direct to the dodge and burn. So this is where we get to do the midtone and then the highlight stuff, but talking about the auto, we usually just get it done by just basically brushing the entire image. So it definitely just automatically ejects. Now some retouchers don't know that we have such an action called auto dodge and burn, whereby if they feel like they can't manage to do the normal dodge and burn, they can use this, but they don't want to do research. So those are some of the things that people need to look out to. Then we are going to be looking at the next thing is going to be more color grading. So starting with contrast, to bring in more contrast in the image, and a lot of people as well don't know how to color grade. So we decided to use provided presets by Encourage. And our mistake number 4 is going to be about color grading. So if you look at this, we have cubes, but I will definitely go with 2, because it's near to the natural parts or the natural look. So putting my opacity down at 60%, move to my selective color. And the first thing is to bring in some whites at around something like a plus 12, and then I'll create a new color adjustment layer, and then start with the reds. Let's first start with the reds themselves. That's plus 6, and then I'll move to the yellow, that is plus 2, and then let's bring it to 9, and then I'll bring in some more contrast, that is at plus 5. Coming back to the yellows, I'll bring in my cyan to something like a minus 7, That's okay. And yeah, magenta to something like -2. And then this is what I have. Color grading is something so tricky because if a person doesn't give it time, of course they won't definitely learn. So that's why I first had to bring in, the ready-made color presets, and then I had to go all play with them to develop a new color setting. So I'm moving on to my highlights, playing with some highlights, and then to the yellows, to the reds, to bring in some more, more magical color to see what we have. So I'm gonna put down my opacity, that's at 87, and then to show you something that we have. But yeah,